Buonasera, come stai? This is Jonathan, and this is from Fender Custom Shop. This is the Fender Custom Shop Dennis Galuszka 62 Stratocaster Relic. I want to thank Clement from Guitar 77 Plus for passing me this guitar for review. Now this is like kind of a lightly Relic, but nevertheless a really nice Strat. Basically you have a very nice a very lightweight alder body with a nitrocellulose finish. So you're gonna have checking later on, right? In fact, there are some checking going on over here and there, but yeah, really nicely done. It's not too much, just a slight nicks and stuff like that. Again, relicing is an acquired taste, so for those of you guys who might not want to get a guitar like that, then you might have to look somewhere else. But you know, I think guitars like that has a certain attraction to many people. In any case, you have a lightweight alder body with a very nice quarter-sawn maple neck. All right, and very light nitro finish over here, so it's not sticky at all. You have a slab rosewood fretboard, really nice, 7.25 fret radius, a bone nut of 41.9 millimeters. Right, you have the thin and tall frets, and you also have Makata white dot markers on the fretboard itself as well as on the side. You have the vintage tuners from Fender Custom Shop. String tree, period accurate string tree, right? This is a 62, so you have to take up the neck or take off the pickguard, and you get a special tool to kind of adjust your truss rod adjustment if you need to, right? And the the neck shape is a 60 style over C, 60 style oval C. Very comfortable. Okay, so this is like just almost the same as the Fender Coma. The Fender Coma is 59. It almost share the same characteristic, 7.25 and everything. So I feel very comfortable with this neck. Now for the pickups, or rather for the body itself, you have a 5-way pickup selector switch, right? And then you have a volume and 2 tones, which I love these tones, this tone, these tone knobs. You know, you can actually tell the difference when you're dialing in the tone that you want, because all the way up, these pickups can get a little bit brittle. But when you dial it down, you can get that nice warm tone if you need to have it in your song. And these 3 pickups are the hand-wound 60s Strat single coil. The middle has the 60 Strat RP reverse wound. For the bridge, you have the American Vintage Style Tremolo bridge with bent steel saddles, really nice. The traditional screw-in kind of thing for the tremolo arm, right? Again, I want to stress that the vintage tuners are like Kluson style tuners. They are really, really, really great. My observation for all these custom shop guitars is that the tuners are really, really good. The quality is up there. You don't get like loose tuners with weird ratios, you know, when you just tweak a little bit and everything goes out. This is like really precise and kind of tight. Not as tight as to become uncomfortable, but just nice, so you can easily adjust your tuning accordingly, you know. Apart from that, you have a mint white pickguard with 3-ply. Right, so white, black, white. Then the output jack is over here, top loaded. At the back, you have the same mint white cover for your spring adjustment as well as string changing, and a 4-screw neck joint. Right, and slight relicing going on here to kind of like replicate a belt buckle, you know, being rubbed against the back of the body. Right, nice. Okay, so what do I feel about this guitar? Now, even at that price, even at a pre-owned price, it's pretty up there. You know, unless you're a fan of Relic guitars from Custom Shop, then you'll probably be interested in it. And for me, I'm just blessed to have that privilege to be able to play on one, or a couple of them actually, thanks to Clement. The neck is so comfortable because I'm so familiar with the neck because of the Fender Coma and some of the old Strats that I used to play. Really up there. I just like 7.25 for many things. Not for all things though, because it can get a little bit tiring. But if you want that kind of sound, if you want that kind of tone, 7.25 is the way to go, and it has to be with slab rosewood fretboard. Yeah, and this is up there. You know, you can get really nice tone with it and overtones. You know, and the thin and tall frets, they are really good because it's articulate, it's precise, so you can get all the notes in correct pitch, and the guitar stays in tune, even with a string tree there. So the tremolo system works, and like I said before, the tone knobs are just a blessing because you can dial in the tone that you want without going too muddy, or you can just kind of like slowly dial in that kind of warm tone, that woman tone. And then all the way up is really brittle and pretty bright if you like that sort of thing if you're playing country. Now those trip pickups are really nice. You have this traditional Stratocaster sound with the position 2 and 4, and the chime, and the brightness of it if you're into all those things. And yet it can rock out by just dialing down that tone a little bit and driving your overdrive or your amp. Nice. Yeah, so the relicing is really lightly done, so it's not too bad. I've seen some really heavy relicing on certain guitars, and that kind of put me off. This is just nice, I find. And so the good thing about having a relic guitar is that, like I mentioned many times, is that you don't have to be afraid of knocking against the door or the car door, or nicking it when you're putting a guitar against a table or anything like that, or your son drop a paperweight on it, so you don't have that it's just a relic guitar, so it just goes with the territory, so it goes with the look. So that's the only good thing about it. But for those of you guys who are so anal about I want to get a brand new spanking guitar with all the bells and whistles, then yeah, that's something that you should avoid. I am how should we call it? I'm caught in between, because I like relic guitars only if it's tastefully done. Some guitars I've seen has cigarette marks on here, which I think is really nice because my old guitar has that when I used to smoke a lot. And little stuff that I think makes sense. And this is just nice. This is just a nice light relicing going on. It just makes sense, all this relicing. Yeah. So if you like this guitar, you can pop on down to Clement's place, give Clement a call in Singapore, Guitar 77 Plus, and try this out. So let me know what you think about this guitar and leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to hear from you. And if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, feel free to go ahead and do it. Just press that thanks button next to the download. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It will help in the algorithm. And share if you want to, and click that bell for notification of future videos to follow. And be part of Patreon to support this channel. I need your support. I thank all my patrons for the wonderful support all this time. Thank you so much, guys. So in the meantime, you guys, please take care of yourself, and I'll see you real soon. Ciao, ciao.